My next guest is a former Love Island star turned documentary maker, of course, and with her latest show, Olivia Attwood is lifting the lid on the lengths that people will go to try and find that thing that you never can have, the perfect body.
So you're having lips done today, but it's not the first time you've had them, is it?
No, I was 16, went to this lady's house. The experience was just awful. Like, I feel like I'm traumatised from it. Like
That's
the way,
horrible.
her technique. I felt like she was just going in at any angle.
And how much did you pay for that?
I think it's about £100, around that.
Is that it?
Look, that was after.
Oh my God.
Like, it was awful.
Did you know any of the risks going in, or were you just like, I just want
Just want it.
lips?
I was like, I just want it.
Olivia Attwood joins me now. Olivia, that's the thing, and that was the question, the great question to ask was, were you aware of what might happen?
Yeah.
Not really, but I'm going to do it anyway. And it's become so affordable.
Yes, I think this is one of the reasons I wanted to make the show. I've always had an interest in this industry and a fascination with it. I've dabbled myself, but the way the cosmetics industry has grown over the last 5 years and the accessibility, like you say, and the interest in it from younger people, like Honey, they're only 19. She first had lip filler when she was 16, done by someone in their back garden.
Oh, my God.
And, you know, for her, it was a bad result and some uncomfort, but it could have been a lot worse.
My goodness. I mean, we've had people in here over the years that, I mean, God love them. They look horrific. Their whole lives have been completely ruined. But it's the thing of, if you're going to do this, go somewhere reputable. You know, go somewhere. If it's only going to cost you 15 quid, it's not going to work, right?
Well, if the price is exceptionally low or lower than the market average, it should be a big red flag. Freebies should be a big red flag. Discounts on anything to do with injectables or surgery. And I think that's one of the things I'd love to kind of people to take away from this doc. I'm not condemning surgery. I think plastic surgery, when it's thought out and it's done by the right people, can be life-changing.
Of course.
For the right patient. Yeah. But it's all about that research and just thought and execution about how you're going to do it and who's going to do it.
And why you're doing it in the first place. That's the thing. Because so many people and so many young women, gosh, and men, of course, but they're not doing it for themselves.
No.
It's to look in a certain way because maybe they want to fit in, I don't know, or it's trendy. I mean, the one that really shocked me was the bottom lifts and implants. It's very dangerous unless you go to a proper person that knows what they're doing.
100%. And BBLs have the highest mortality rate of any surgery.
BBLs, is that bum?
Yes, the Brazilian bum lift, where they're moving the fat from one area of the body to another. And we see a big rise in people seeking those kind of treatments off the back of Kardashians and people like that who are rumoured to have had them.
Right.
So, you know, there's a big increase in that. They are very dangerous and they come with a lot of risk. And now we see on the market, people are doing fillers, and you will see this on the documentary, which are advertised as the safe alternative, but are far from that.
So you've got to do your homework. Should you wish to do this, I would just say to somebody, especially teenagers, for goodness sake. You know, you're still finding yourself, you're still growing, you're still changing. Of course it is. There's a lot, of people's genitalia. You know, men looking for penis enhancement. I wouldn't imagine they would want it the other way around, but they're looking for penis enhancement, right? But also, this really worries me about, because everybody's vagina is different.
Yes.
They come in all shapes and sizes, of course they do. But young girls are sadly, looking at porn sites maybe, thinking, hang on a minute, mine doesn't look like that. My vagina doesn't look like that. Therefore, I want it to look like Barbie.
Yes.
Because that's what it's like, isn't it?
Unfortunately, in this country, we have quite a prudish approach to nudity.
Of course we do, yeah.
Compared to some other European countries. And, you know, we sometimes, like you say, the first other vagina a girl has seen will be on an adult website or in some other form. So they don't actually know, like you say, that they're all different.
Yeah.
They all look different.
Of course they do.
And through the vagina episode, which was so eye-opening, I didn't quite know what to expect going into that episode. But you see different women with different stories. There are examples of women that have, you know, issues with their genitalia that cause them actual discomfort and function issues.
Of course, you have
I think
to
it's
sort that.
good for them to know that there are things out there that can be done to improve the quality of life. But also, on the other hand of that, not seeking out things because they think they should look a different way, because there is actually no such thing as normal when it comes
to especially when it comes to your noonie, because they're all, you know, not one of them's exactly the same as the other. You know,
it was an education for me.
I bet it was, because you sat in on these operations. There was one, and you would not think that getting your eyebrows done would make you cringe and run away from the television.
That was a tough watch for me.
This is now, explain to me what's going on here. They're taking some skin from what, the back of the head?
She's having an eyebrow transplant because she wanted fuller brows with actual hair. So it's a very similar to what they use, the method when they do a hair transplant. But I don't think we'll be showing it on morning television.
We can't,
but they take a strip of flesh, essentially, from the back of the scalp, where they harvest then the hairs, which are re-implanted into the brows.
Oh, Olivia, I don't like that.
7 hours. 7 hours.
Can you just draw them on? There's all these new pencils now that you can do.
And actually, when you watch the episode, it's very interesting to hear Attika's explanation of why she wanted this procedure and she didn't want to do the microblading or the drawing on. And she had done her research and she had her reasons that she thought this was the best route for her. And like you were saying at the top of this segment, perfection is... It's in the eye of the beholder, and it's very personal, not universal. And I think that's a theme that you see throughout the series.
No, it's fascinating. Please tell me your husband was joking when he said that he wouldn't have gone for you if you hadn't had a boob job. Because I might have to smack his bottom.
I know. In context, it makes sense. And I actually appreciated his honesty there. And I think the point he made, which actually was at the top of a very interesting debate that followed, is that what turned his head that first night in, an evening setting was the way I looked. And I said, do you think you would have looked if I... And he said, maybe not. Not that, I wouldn't have loved you, I wouldn't have... No. But it's interesting in this society how we value face value. And we all do it. We all go, well, he's my type or she's my type. And then underneath, you either get to know that they are or they aren't.
Sure.
But I actually... It sparked quite a lot of debate online, but I actually think it's a really interesting conversation. I actually think him being rather very stupidly honest has actually provoked quite an interesting conversation.
No, it does. No, you're absolutely right. OK, I won't smack his bottom then.
Yeah, we'll let him off this time.
Maybe we'll give him a pass, but maybe the next time he's got to be careful. Olivia, it's a fascinating documentary. I learned an awful lot about it. It does make you think as well, doesn't it?
I hope it makes people think.
Yeah, just, if you are going to do it, if it's going to be your thing, please, for goodness sake, as Olivia was saying, make sure you go to somebody that knows what they're doing, The Price of Perfection, it's available to stream, isn't it?
Yes.
ITVX, you can stream that from tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you.
Thanks for having me.